Guys, it's Eric with another episode of Enchanted Minds. Today we are talking about a new class being released potentially here in Neverwinter. There's been a lot of buzzing going on the internet. It's been going viral, guys. People talking about the potential of a new class being released. So initially, this all started with a tweet back in 2015, guys, by the developers, stating basically a poll. You know, which class would you guys like to see between a bard, a druid, a barbarian, a sorcerer, or a monk? So that's kind of where this started, guys. And initially, guys, when the game first came out, there was only 5 classes. So the first 5 classes were the devoted cleric, the great weapon fighter, the control wizard, the trickster rogue, and the guardian fighter. So the 6th one to come out there was the Hunter Ranger in the Shadow Mantle release. The 7th was the Scourge Warlock, guys, in Module 4, the Tyranny of Dragons. I spent all day, guys, researching this. I'm very excited about it. So the 8th character, the newest character to come out, was the Paladin in Module 6, guys. Elemental Evil. So the Paladin actually came out shortly after the release on Xbox. So these guys have been doing a lot of work over the recent years, guys. So the game's been out since 2013, but it's certainly not the same game that came out back then. It's completely different, probably about 10 times the size of the initial release. So a lot of people say the game's dying. No way, guys, no way at all. It's growing so big. So back when they released it on Xbox 2015, again, shortly thereafter, they came out with a massive module, Elemental Evil, came out with the Paladin, guys, and they raised the level cap up to 70. So this, if you read the developer blog, you know, this was a lot of changes, and they ran into a lot of technical issues on the Xbox version. So they ran into big problems, you know, shortly after they sent that tweet out. So they were a little ambitious, you know, with that tweet. But, you know, since then, initially there was a new class promised to be dropped in mod 12. You know, that was some time ago. They did push it back, guys, and we've also received word that it's not gonna come in mod 13, but you know, it does seem likely that it is coming, and it seems like the choices are narrowed down a little bit more to druid, barbarian, or monk, guys. Excuse me, not barbarian, bard. I had written my notes barb. You know, supposed to say bard for the bard. So you know, and the reason the bard, I think, is probably the most likely to come is because the bard is a buffing DPS character. So he's kind of that sweet spot that we don't have. We have that sweet spot with the Templock, but the developers, you know, the community, you're seeing a lot of 2 devoted cleric groups for endgame content. Like, you're seeing a lot of it. So I think with that, that's where this need for the bard is actually coming into play. They need another buffing class, but so this would be very unique, you know, kind of a melee heavy DPS buffing character. Would be super awesome. The druid did come out in another Dungeons and Dragons game here recently, so you know, that is certainly in this realm that we play in Neverwinter. And then also the monk obviously would be you know, probably a little more needed than a barbarian or a sorcerer. Just that extra tanking option. Also a lot of people ranting and raving about it. A lot of monk fans out there from WoW. So anyway, guys, it seems like I've never, you know, doing all the research I've done today, it seems like it's more likely than not that this summer mod 14 will bring in the addition of at least one new class, guys. And in my opinion, it's going to be 3 new classes, right? They're going to drop the Bard, the Druid, and the Monk this summer. That's my guess. It's not a spoiler. So if the developers are upset right now because I just nailed it, I'm sorry. But I think that is what it's going to be. The game has been expanding massively, you know, since 2015. You know, it's been incredible. Now we know that in mod 13, they're going to potentially raise the level cap. We do also, so we think mod 13 probably going to be more Cholt guys, going to finish the storyline there in Cholt. Probably going to see some Valindra as she's in the storyline, you know, outside of the game. So probably going to see the return of Valindra, a new dungeon out there in Cholt for mod 13. You're also going to see the Scourge Warlock get buffed. And so with that, I'll point this out, guys. A lot of other YouTubers who made the Scourge Warlock saying that he's not, you know, it's not possible for him to out DPS a Ranger or a great weapon fighter. And they're all using the same build, guys. So that's where I say do your own thing, be unique. I mean, this game, guys, is made, you know, in part, Wizards of the Coast is involved. If you're familiar, you know, with Magic the Gathering, you know, or Dungeons and Dragons in general, then there is no like limitation to the different things. So experiment, be creative. If someone tells you they've tried every single combination of feats, they're wrong, because there's a million different combinations of feats for every character, guys. So do your own thing, find what works for you. But anyway, back to the mods, guys. So Scourge Warlock gonna get buffed in mod 13, and then mod 14, the second prediction that we have, we think it's gonna be the water deep area. Now I don't know too much about the, you know, Dungeons and Dragons realm outside of the game, but we learned a lot today in the research that we did. And also this area is mentioned in River District, you know, along with Cholt. So both areas are mentioned, and it seems like a logical step, you know, would be to go in that direction or to add onto the Underdark. So guys, if you have any questions, suggestions, comments, guys, comments. This is really a discussion video. Input, guys, put your input where you think the game needs to go, guys. Hopefully the developers see it. Outside of that, guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Awesome Gaming Network. Thanks for watching. May the drops be ever in your favor. Captain Eric out.